My name is Rick Lafranchi. I'm a member of the Lafranchi family located in Nicasio. We have a dairy ranch there that was established in 1919 by our grandparents, Fred and Zelma Lafranchi. When they got married, they moved on the ranch, and our family's had the good fortune to be there ever since. The ranch was passed to my father's generation around 1960, and to my generation about 2005. Actually, was when we took over the control and the operation of the ranch at that time. Just prior to that, we knew that the dairy business was experiencing some real volatility in pricing. There's many peaks and valleys, and unfortunately the valleys lasted far longer than the peaks. And so we knew we had to add some kind of a value-added product. So we elected to pursue the idea of opening a cheese factory. And that process actually started in the late 90s when my father and brother kind of took a look at it. But at that time everybody was busy and there just wasn't the time to go after it. And then after Dad passed away in 2002, it became, more of a need because the dairy was experiencing some real challenges at that time. Milk prices had crashed and did stay crashed for a couple years, and so we just knew that it was critical for the sustainability of our ranch that we add the value-added product. And so you're always looking for something new and something that's appropriate for the marketplace. In 2004, we spent some time in Switzerland, experienced some cheeses over there unlike anything we'd had here, and started a dialogue with a Swiss-Italian cheesemaker, Maurizio Lorenzetti, that culminated in 2007. For a part of that summer, spent our time making cheese with Maurizio at the little village of Maggia, which was the same village our grandfather immigrated from in 1910. So anyway, 2010 we started making cheese. And so now, and the goal was to put the ranch in a position to be sustainable long-term, and as well as to have a cheese company that could stand on its own and be an attractive opportunity for members of the next generation as well. One of the things we were very fortunate, and really was a major component and an element in our desire to do a cheese factory, was the fact we had an old dairy barn that was located right next to Nicasio Valley Road. The dairy last operated in 1964, and since that time had been used for a variety of purposes, including storage. And we were able to convert that into our production facility as well as to have a small creamery store. And what that affords us is the opportunity to put a roadside stand out there and bring visitors in to, first of all, to taste our cheeses, and hopefully they'll buy some of our cheese before they leave. The one thing growing up in the West Marin dairy community in southern Sonoma County is that it's a culture in and of itself, and it's a very unique culture in the sense that you're all in the same business, but you're not competing. You're not competing for a dollar. You might be competing for production records or things like that, but you're not competing for a dollar, which I've been involved in other businesses where you were. And the goal was really, if the other guy went away, you were going to do better. And the one thing I really found very enjoyable and attractive about the dairy industry was it was more of a collective effort for everybody to do the best they could to produce the highest quality milk and to get the greatest production they could from their animals. And so I think, collectively within this region, cheese is a little different now. It's a little more competitive. However, there still is a real community of cheesemakers where you're always, doing what you can to help the other guy. The North Bay is actually home to many of the best cheeses made in the United States, and I don't know that people are really aware of that, but they really are, and that's not just us, or speaking for us, but many, many others are great cheesemakers, and I believe it's a region that's going to become known even more so than it is today as one of the great cheesemaking regions, hopefully someday in the world.